Good morning. It's about 6:30 here in the morning. Last night, it's the first night in a long time I haven't done any meditation. We had a electrical storm come through. We got about half an hour warning from Bangkok. And one of the things is I'm a what is called a HSP empath, or highly sensitive person who's an empath. So you tend to feel more than most people. And when electrical storms come through, it affects you quite. So I really didn't know what's going on, but I could just feel things. And so I just let it ride. So, you don't, it's like when you meditate, you clear your mind. But if your mind is fighting stuff, you'll end up meditating on the negative, and that's not good for you. So it'll pay to do some walking, meditation, or yoga, or just do something a little different. Last night it was still a con. But no, and so I just supposed to let it go. And then we had the electrical storm come through and the power went off. So, and then it came back on. It's just normal. The place I'm staying here is quite nice. I pay just over 500 baht a night. And this is like a motel home. It's quite nice. Normally I stay in backpackers. I stayed here last time, they remembered me. And I don't know, in business the people that look after you, I like to go back to them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to spend some time this morning in meditation. I do it every morning, at least half an hour. And in the morning, it's just as I sit there, I don't know about other people, but I tend to just use the morning time to calm the mind. And you get kind of into a peaceful state where you just let everything go. If you get a chance to going into a forest, I hope to take you to more Keel, up in Udon. And we may end up back in Nana Cha, I'm not too sure. But when I was at Nana Cha, what part Nana Cha, he'd bunk me Lampu Cha, who's moved on now. And for those people, when I say moved on, it normally means he's not alive here. He's dead. But he's moved on, but I just let everything go. I let everything in the past, everything in the future, every dream, everything I know, even connections with other people, strong spiritual connections, I just let go. You still get, as your personality, you pick up stuff. And I'm quite intuitive, and so you still get things, but you just, okay, and let them go. Wish them well. Hope they're happy in everything they do. You can't help sometimes loving people, but it doesn't mean you have to be near them. You love your kids, but you're not near them all the time. You love your husband or wife, but you're not near them all the time. So you just love them and wish them well and let them go. Sometimes some connections you have a bit of telepathy, telekinesis, and one of the ones I do. I've got that. So, but whether they know, it doesn't really matter. It's nothing to do. You just accept and let it go. Anyways, we're going to sit here and do some meditation. I'll show you this room. I've got a TV. It's quite good. I like watching Thai TV. I don't normally watch Western TV. I can speak English, doesn't help me learn Thai, so I watch Thai TV. But yeah, I've got this like single room to myself. I was here a year and a half ago. Exactly the same room. And I went out onto the beach, and as you'll see later in the video. And I had a lovely time this Kundao, just trying to ground myself. I slipped up twice, but that's the past, you know. And yeah, no, none of us are perfect, so when I say I slipped up, I did have a couple of guys. None of us are perfect. That was a year and a half ago, and we're a lot stronger. Anyway, so we're here, we're going to do some meditation. So we're not back giving us a angel appearance. But hey, this is my morning. My lips, my eyes, and my brows are tattooed. If you're following me, you'll get to know a little bit more of my past, why I'm a little bit different. But the body I'm in is pure female, so if you're wondering. But you'll get to know a bit of my past, you'll get to know who I am, why I am, and why I do what I do. A lot of the meditation is because, I used to own a lot of property, used to have a lot of money. And I went through an earthquake, and the building I was in collapsed. But I was meant to be in the building at 1 o'clock on the 22nd of February in Christchurch, called the CTV building, 4th floor, doctor's surgery. But I woke up 9 o'clock that morning feeling just like confused, groggy, crook. So I phoned my friend Pip. Pip said to me, if you come in the next 15 minutes, we can take you. So I went into that building. And I got in there about 9:35. And just felt weird. Like I was giddy, like I wasn't myself. And anyway, so I took the lift up to the 4th floor. I went through, I sat there and spoke to Pip. She was in the reception. I looked around, and all the nurses and receptionists looked like a ghost. It's like there was this fog in front of them. And I was thinking, oh, this is just me. I'm not feeling well, this will be just me, just not myself. I looked out the window, it was like I was walking on air. I noticed it wasn't long, and Dr. Masuna called me in. I went and saw Dr. Masuna. She was the same. I could see a cloud in front of her. And I got some antidepressants, really needed them. And made an appointment for the next week, 1:10 the following week. I went out, it was about 10:35 at the time. And Pip said, look, don't worry, we'll look after you. I paid them and confirmed the appointment, and they gave me a free appointment at that time because of stress. Of course, 22nd of February, we already had the 7th earthquake in Christchurch in September. Another story for another day. And I turned around, there was 2 ladies and a young guy sitting there. And the young guy was talking to the ladies, and they talk about earthquakes. This was the talk of the town. And I noticed this guy said, look, if there's an earthquake, I'm running straight for that stairwell. And it was just not far, like 10 metres. Anyways, I went down the lift and such an eerie feeling. I went to walk out the stairwell and it was just at the bottom. There was a door on the right hand side that goes straight into the TV place. There was a fire alarm beside it. I wanted to break it and push it, and I'm thinking I'm going crazy, this is wrong. Anyways, I walked out of the building and very carefully turned right and walked like 10 metres and crossed the road at the crossing, went across the other side to directly opposite where I came out. And there was a nice coffee place there, so I walked in. There was one person behind the counter and he was serving one customer. Not that busy. And I looked and I stood at the door. And I've got to go, I've got to get out of here. So I walked straight across the road, straight into my van I was driving. And I drove around to Gloucester Street, where there used to be a single-story building that survived the quake. In Gloucester Street I got my prescription of antidepressants, and then at the moment I drove over this. See, Centre Christchurch is done in 4 avenues. Morehouse Avenue, Fitzgerald Avenue, Bell Avenue, Wollaston Avenue. Each avenue is a quarter mile, so the centre of Christchurch is a square mile. And I drove over this avenue called Bell Avenue. It's one of the old bishops, Anglican bishops, or Christian bishops. And it was like taking off a coat. I came right, it was, I felt perfectly, I felt fine. The sickness just left, everything left. I hadn't taken anything. Anyways, I went working out at the airport in this building at the time. And when the earthquake hit, I thought nothing, and I was standing, you couldn't move, it was just too much traffic, and so I just finished with doing what I was doing. I happened to look at the TV because I was building a super shuttles and building this wall. And as I built the wall, I stood holding on top of a ladder, holding a beam so it didn't fall on all the computer servers. People in New Zealand, there's no real gender. Women do everything, men do everything. It's fine. But anyways, when the earthquake happened, the building collapsed. And I don't know, 20 minutes after, that guy who was up on the 4th floor talking to those 2 ladies walked out of that building. I don't know why he was in that building at 10:35. He walked out of the stairwell. There was toxic fumes coming up and floors being torn, but the stairwell and the lift well survived. And he walked out of it. 4 hours later, Papa I spoke to got pulled out alive. My doctor, I won't mention, was always in town on a Tuesday, was not in that building. And everyone else I saw like a ghost is now gone. That is a very true story of my life on the 22nd of February, 2011. There's others that I'll tell in time. There's others I'll tell in time that, and to be honest, they're all very, very true. But nice, yes, I started telling that one, so I thought I'd finish it. As I sit here, I normally sit in a meditation, so right leg on top of the left leg. And you just let everything go, you let everything go. It's going to take me a bit to clear my mind again now after that. And I just kind of, I'll put on my thing because normally when I meditate, I don't like sitting by a timer, but in the morning and the evening I do, because I want to have those 15 minutes. I don't want my mind playing tricks on me. Cares of the night or dreams of the night that's sitting in your mind, even your subconscious, I want to let them go. You can sit there in your hands in a position. I normally sit them together. It's just how I got taught from the monks at Buddhist temple. And then as thoughts come, I let them go. Thoughts come, I let them go. Then I just aim for it's called the jhanas. And sometimes in the morning, normally at night I can get into a first jhana. If there's a lot of stuff during the day, a lot of emotion, I don't. But I'll get into the jhanas and I'll just sit in the first jhana. The first jhana is like, it's just a clear light and it just sits there. There's peace, there's joy. Sometimes I can go a bit more and time just goes. But that's a little bit about meditation. If you're doing business or anything, you really should meditate. Meditating is just a clearing of the mind, but if you're a Christian, even the Bible talks about meditation. It's just like not taking on other people's cares, other people's worries, and just being yourself. If you've got a computer, you need to defrag your hard drive every now and then. Otherwise it takes on a lot of junk that's not meant to be there. Your mind's no different. Your mind's really no different. You need to get rid of it, so you just need to meditate. And if you're a Christian, you can meditate on the Word. It talks about that. That's scriptural. You can just pick a word and meditate. Use that word as an object. Use that Bible scripture as an object and just keep looking at it. I'm a Buddhist, so I can just clear my mind. Sometimes I do listen to Thai teaching. Although I don't understand it all, I use that as my object. So you've got this object, or I follow my breath. Breathe in, breathe out, and I use my breath as the object. I use sometimes many things. Sometimes the sound of silence. Sound of silence is that when you get quiet, you can hear that voice of the humming. And that's just the voice of your middle ear. And then sometimes I use that. And then when you go out and there's trouble, you can actually feel it, you can hear it coming, and you can avoid it. That's why I meditate. Plus it's the only way that I've been able to overcome a lot of my past. And that's just one of the things. If you're following me, you'll understand more. Now, this is 18 minutes, so we're going to post this, and follow me on the next video, and you'll see where we are outside. May you have a good time, and may you have a good time meditation. Love to all. Oh, by the way, this is BB House in Pattaya. They look after me because they know me. Love to.